Is that really the skill that you want to up level in 2023 or the remaining of 2022? Take you down the memory lane of some of the conversation I've had over the last couple of months with my clients and other people on where they are in their career and what they want to level up. You see, many people tell me that they're ready to negotiate. No, they're not ready to negotiate. They're ready to improve their negotiation skills. Because the story goes, they often end up in meetings where they have to find common grounds that they're discussing, and they feel as the decision maker that they have to make room for other point of views that may not really support the end goal. And they feel that they should be better at negotiating, so they are actually taking and leading the team to the goal they have in mind. See, that's often negotiation. When you look at negotiation and what it's all about, negotiation is a discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. That is the description or the definition when you Google it. The thing is that highly successful leaders, they don't end up in discussions. They set the boundaries for the team to play in. They don't end up having to negotiate what is the best solution. They know what the best solution is. At least to such an extent that they can guide and say yes or no. So when I have these client conversation or friendly conversations, I ask them, but how true is that you really want to negotiate or be better at negotiation? Could there be another skill that you want to level up instead, that you want to grow instead? And you know what? It often is so that when you end up feeling that you have to negotiate, you feel insecure. You don't really have the end goal in mind. You may be that person who give away a lot of your negotiation power, allowing in vocal people to join and influence a conversation. And so at the end of the meeting, you end up with a solution or a decision that you know in your heart that this won't be lead you to the cutting edge solution that you want to deliver. I want to give you an alternative and answer the question whether negotiation and that skill of yours that you want to upgrade, if that really is the skill that you want to upgrade. And I will take you down the memory lane of how I identified that I didn't really need to negotiate, or that was a skill I didn't really need to up level. Because I happened to work on myself, realizing that sometimes when I was in conversations, I was insecure. I hadn't mentally prepared for the outcome I want to reach. I knew the outcome per se after the situation or after the conversation, but I often had not set myself up mentally for the outcome I want to have. Like, how do I want to feel when I say thank you very much for this conversation? So I also felt like you do that negotiation was a skill I needed to or I wanted to improve. Times went by. I started working on myself. I started becoming aware of the thoughts I think when I am in the meeting, before I go in the meeting with the people I am going to meet with and say, oh, this man, this woman is very vocal and we're not the best pals here. So even there, I got tense. And obviously, that also affected how I showed up in my role as a leader. As I evolved, as I become more aware of how I showed up, turned my insecurity to a secure me, a person that trusted herself, knew what was most important, knew the why and the what. The conversation starts to flow in a different way. The conversation starts to flow very easily. And as I would say to my clients, it's like when you go into this meeting and you say, by the way, I'm just going down and buy two bottles of milk. That cannot be argued. And you step into that power of leadership, of saying that is just how it is, without pushing people. When you really know your why and your what, when you are so in flow, when you're in inner peace, then you don't need to negotiate. That is the beauty of it. I see many institutions offer negotiation skills, and it can also be important to master. But what I think you need to master and you want to master more is to up level your conscious awareness of how you actually show the room. Because I want to tell you one thing, no matter how many days you've been training in negotiating, you won't never leave that negotiation with a solution that is good for you. If you haven't grown your self-awareness, if you haven't learned to control the thoughts that you think before the meeting, in the meeting, and when you close the meeting. So my invitation to you is come join my free talk that I'm hosting next week. It is a life transforming talk where I will talk about why you want to change your thoughts so that you can go on the right courses that help you become more successful the easy and effortless way. If this speaks to you, it's really where you should start. And you can, I think, forget all about jumping on a negotiation course because you know it all. If you know your why, if you know your how, and not your how, if you know your why, if you know your what, and if you find inner peace and know to find inner peace, then it's so easy to go in and control that meeting the way you want to have it spanned out. I've been teaching and training my clients in this, and they all report back that, wow, when I set myself up for success, when I didn't check out, when I wasn't thinking or doing my self talk, I suddenly motivated my team in a very different way. I suddenly landed and ended the meeting where I wanted it to be and not just anywhere or somewhere. And that is why you want to become more aware of how you show up. And I guarantee you won't be disappointed if you join my talk with an open mind, with an open mindset, and accept that things can be done differently, that you have all the skills that you take, but you're going to learn how to do that. You don't know yet how to become more self-aware. I will teach you that if you're going to join my talk next week. By the way, My name is Camilla. I'm Camilla Kalberg, the founder and founder and CEO and coach at leader at Kalberg Coaching, and where we help leaders become greater leaders, where we help leaders elevate and grow from being a good leader to a great leader, where we help leaders learn how to motivate the team and set the right boundaries for success. I hope to see you at my talk next week. I love to have you there if you are open-minded and want to accept that you can actually become more successful the smart way. If you're ready for that, my invitation is just here. See you soon. Enjoy the rest of the day.